Hey, what's up, guys? It's Prwell'Z here. And before we get started, I just want to say that this is the schedule that I post, so feel free to pause it. And with that being said, like and subscribe, and let's get started. Hey guys, so I chose these two sets is because one is defensive and the other one is offensive. So I'm gonna start off with the defensive one. I put 252 HP and 252 max attack. Reason being is because it can hit hard and it can actually take attacks, really strong attacks like fighting moves. And speaking of fighting moves, I actually gave it the berry chapel berry, so it is gonna weaken a lot of fighting attacks. Mainly what this Pokemon is supposed to do is just to get its stealth rocks up. It does have Ice Fang and Fire Fang. That's just for the Scizor and Gosh Chomp, because those are very big threats. And also Lucario also is a huge threat to Tyranitar. Thunder Wave is just to cripple things like Dragonite or any sets that's trying to Dragon Dance. Even Gyarados. Gyarados is a big one. So that's my main set. That's one of my favorites, and I've won many matches with that. And with that being said, let's go to the second one. Now, this one here is a sweeping set, and I have this Jolly Nature. I gave it a Lumberry with 252 attack and 252 speed. So this is my main moveset, but you can also switch off the moveset. Like you could give it Earthquake or Fire Fang, anything, because Tyranitar's move pool is vast, and Dragon Dance is one of the main things that it has for it to become not only faster than Garchomp, but also hitting extremely hard. So this set right here is meant to sweep Pokemon, and it's usually like late game. So I normally have this with screens, with the Pokemon with dual screens like Light Screen and Reflect. So Cresselia is a good teammate for it because Cresselia, it can levitate, so it can take ground attack just in case if you need to switch in, and then you can just set up your screens right there. So I think Cresselia is the best teammate for it. Also, once it has its dual screens, Tyranitar is already a tank, so he will be taking a lot of attacks, but he can hit back twice as hard with Dragon Dance. So those are my two sets for both Tyranitars, and also the abilities. So Sandstream ability, I gave it to the Sweeping set, the Dragon Dance set, because you're gonna keep on getting chip damage on Pokemon that's not Steel, Ground, or Rock, and that's really good for breaking sashes. And I gave the second set Unnerve. I gave the Stealth Rock set Unnerve because if you burn something with Fire Fang or Ice Fang or just paralyze something, they won't be able to eat a berry, or even if you do a lot of damage to something, they won't be able to eat like citrus berries, or worse, a mango berry or a guava berry, whatever. So that's the reason why I gave those two abilities for those two specific sets. And we're going to talk about their counters. Despite Tyranitar being OU and having a vast moveset, it does have a lot of weaknesses. That being Steel, Fairy, Bug, Grass, Water, Fighting, and Ground. Choice specs / banded sets can OHKO Tyranitar depending on the Pokemon. For example, Rotom Wash and Garchomp can outspeed it and kill it with the Hydro Pump and Earthquake, depending if they're specs and banded. Next is fighting moves. Now, Tyranitar is rock and dark, so it has a 4 times weakness to fighting. So a life orb close combat from Infinite or Lucario will take it out, even if it's holding a Chapel Berry. Those are some of the common OU sets that is running the metagame. There's a lot more, but these tend to be the most popular. Now, let's talk about statuses. We all know that statuses can cripple a Pokemon. However, if you're running these sets, Burn will do the most damage to Tyranitar, because not only that it's getting residual damage, it's also cutting its attack, meaning that the physical moves you have isn't going to do as much damage as they're supposed to. Lastly, hyper defensive Pokemon. So if you are running these sets, you will have a difficult time with Pokemon like Hippowdon or Skarmory, because these Pokemon can actually take damage even from one boosted Dragon Dance, and they can use Raw or Whirlwind to take you out and bring in another Pokemon. So that's not necessarily a counter, it's more like a wall check. But with that being said, thank you guys so much. If you guys stuck through the whole video, it means a lot to me. And be out.